Trompe l'oeil is a French word that literally means fool the eye. Art that has trompe l'oeil is an optical illusion that appears to be three-dimensional even though the surface is flat. In this picture, we can see trompe l'oeil on the sidewalk. The artist has used line, texture, color, and value to fool our eyes into making it look as though the sidewalk has a giant cliff in the middle. Here's another example of trompe l'oeil on a piece of paper. We know that the paper is flat, but the artist has used line, shape, value, and contrasting colors to make it appear as though the paper has a giant hole in the center. Pretty clever, huh? We can use these same trompe l'oeil techniques to create an illusion of our own. For this project, we'll use line, value, and contrasting colors to make it appear as though the form of a hand is underneath the flat piece of paper. The first thing I'm going to do is trace my hand and a little bit of my wrist and forearm. Just going to place my hand flat on the paper, tracing around with my pencil, making sure my pencil stays right up against my hand the entire time. Take your time when you're doing this part. And there we go. All right, I'm switching over to Sharpie now. And what we're going to do with our Sharpie is draw a series of straight and curved lines. So straight lines at the edges of the hand and then curved lines when you get to the hand. You can really start anywhere you want here. I'm starting at the bottom with a straight line that goes from the edge of the paper to the pencil line where my arm is, and then when I get to the arm, I create a curved line. And on the other side, I go back over with a straight line. So I'm basically drawing a straight line, then a bump, and then a straight line on the other side. This is to create the illusion of form. Here, I'm going to start with my curved line this time. Just kind of trying out different things to see which is easier for me. And I kind of like that way, so I think I'm going to continue with that. I'm going to start with the curved line in the middle where my arm is, and then on either side I'm going to continue with a straight line. Curved line, and then on the side, a straight line to the edge of the paper, and same on the other side. And I'm just going to continue doing that exact same thing all the way up my forearm and my wrist on the paper. I'm going to speed things up a little bit. Notice too how the lines that I'm using are parallel lines. They are lines that never meet, and they are the same thickness each time I'm drawing the line. Now, here I am at the kind of top where my fingers are starting to appear, and I want to show you what to do when you get to this part. So you're going to curve around the fingers, flat in between the fingers, and then curve around again. So anytime you're drawing on your fingers, or on the fingers that are on your paper, you're going to use a curved line. Anytime you are in between those fingers or the hand, you're going to use a straight line. So take your time with this part and kind of really pay attention to what you're doing. Flat in between the fingers, curved or bumped line on the fingers. So I'm going to continue doing that. Bump on the fingers, curve, flat on either side of the fingers. Now I'm going to continue with a curve because I'm on the hand again, then flat on the other side. If it's easier for you to do your curves on the fingers first, like I'm doing, then feel free to go ahead and do that. That's totally up to you. Whatever is easiest for you, whatever works for you, will be fine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the fingers now. Again, using a curve and then flat on the side. In between the fingers, you're going to use a flat line. On top of the fingers, a curved line or a bump. After you finish drawing all of your straight and curved lines and tracing around your hand, then you can put this away and we will move on to the coloring part next class.